Digital Descent is a level, and that's the video. Goodbye! Digital Descent is part of a trilogy of levels found in the Geometry Dash game called the Technology series. The first of these being a level called Artificial Ascent. The only one I have not beaten at the time of recording this script. The last one is called Cybernetic Crescent, a beautiful level that we will get to eventually. And the middle child is, of course, the reason you clicked on this video. All of these levels sport a similar style of theming, looking like a technology-based decoration style. These levels also sport some of the same creators across all the levels, such as Codex, Nazgub, and Serpunge. Digital Descent is the first one of these levels I've chosen to beat, so let's take a look at it. Regrettably. Digital Descent starts with this cube that's pretty easy up until this jump right here, where you have exactly 6 frames to click on 240 FPS. That's less than a 1/10 of a second to click. Perfect way to start out this level for beginners. Next in this cube part is a small maze where you must follow the arrows showing you where to jump. Trust the arrows. Never stray away from them. Dedicate your entire... Already you can tell this level... This level stresses me out. Such stress can only be handled by a delicious meal brought to you by Wendy's. I got me a pretzel bacon pub. Next up is a ball that you transition into by hitting this yellow orb late. This ball part is so weird. The timings are weird, the gameplay is weird, and the decoration... It's actually pretty good. Okay, you're past this part now. This level totally won't just spike in difficulty for no apparent reason. Right? Wrong! Nazgub's part is up next, fucko, and you've got to go through some tight flying. Okay, it's really not that hard, but it is discernibly more difficult than the previous parts. Next up is Terran's part, and despite the spider game mode being my least favorite game mode in the game so far, this part is actually pretty good. There's a pretty cool trick you can do here which makes a normal ship and wave part turn into a wave and wave part. This leads into a quick build-up to a really good drop. Very good job, Terran. 10 out of 10 part. This drop is so satisfying to pull off as your clicks actually sync to the song for a good bit. You get to see Abstract Dark's huge logo here for his part. Thank God he put it here, otherwise I would not have been able to tell whose this part is. Next up is Samify. Believe it or not, a lot of people actually complain about Samify's part looking not too good. Now, compared to his other works, yeah, I can see that. But in this level, I think it looks great. Now, how does it play? Well, it plays alright. For sure. Everything about this part's gameplay is fine, other than this Kirby ship part. Kirby? Kirby. That works like 70% of the time. Otherwise known as the fizzle chance of the Storm School in the hit game Wizard 101. I'm only saying this because you have to learn when to let go and realign yourself. That's right, guys. You need to learn to let go. Something I struggle with to this day. Next up is Manix's part, and fun fact, this creator built a part previously in Artificial Ascent. A lot of these creators did actually in Digital Descent, but I like Manix. I beat his collab level Blade of Justice, and I really like that level. So we are only focusing on Manix here. Sorry, Nazgub. You'll get your time to, shine. Now, looking at the first half of this gameplay, I could not use words to describe to you how to do this first dual wave, but it's really easy when you learn the click pattern. Now, the second part, where you are a ship, look at it. You can understand what to do here. This brings us to Viprin's part. It's not bad here, nor is it bad in Artificial Ascent, and Cybernetic Crescent as well, but just... Viprin. Just be really careful when you play through this part. Stick with a solid click pattern because this part literally just doesn't work half the time. These UFO clicks, these ball swinging parts, all the way to this wave double click. I'm telling you now, if you alter your click pattern, even just by a little bit, you could die by a literal pixel. We're almost halfway through the level at this point, and you might be thinking, this level is harder than Artificial Ascent? We are 42% of the way in, and so far this level has been much easier. Well, this is Devin's part, and you can tell this level has started to pick up in difficulty from this point forward. Just like how, on November 15th, 1969, Dave Thomas opened the first Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. His boyhood dream was coming true. Devin's part is a little tricky to get down. It's extremely tight, but also has an easy click pattern. Now, this first cube is probably just as difficult as that one ship in Samify, so it's pretty hard. But then you get to Devin's wave, where the difficulty spikes hard if you are not familiar with the wave and dash orb style of gameplay. For a brief period of time, you pass by Devon's logo. I sure hope that when you die here, Devon's name does not reverse the letters. There's also a penis in this part. After Devon's part, you get the Etzer's part. Oh my god. Now you guys don't know this, but I'm stressing about this part already. Look, 4 times speed with mini wave. A perfect combo. Just like my fist and my monitor. Just like monkeys and balloons. Just like Jeffrey Epstein and chill. We opened up to Etz's part with a 4 times mini wave. Actually, big boy bro, you jump into this ship portal and skip this green orb. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. This part is extremely difficult. After the wave comes a triple click spider. You cannot click and press the spacebar to bypass the slow click per second rate. You have to time your triple clicks. This is hard. And then you have to go through this straight fly and transition into this wave where you have to be clicking into the wave to survive. Then you have to click again to go up to the UFO. This UFO is not that bad except transitioning into the ship. It's blind. You have to be clicking into the ship, but let go immediately to not run into this spike, but also have enough momentum to not run into this spike. Then you must fly through these spikes here, but the background does not help with this, as the spikes are completely black and the background moves in a way that makes this really confusing. This part is so bad! I bought a Parmesan Caesar salad. But that's not all. Lugia's part is next, and this part doesn't let up. These UFO clicks don't work like half the time, and transitioning into the ship part is never consistent, and you just have to pray that you chose the right click pattern. Flying through these obstacles are a chore, because it's not a perfect straight fly. You have to slightly go up and down at some times, and don't get me started on these 6 spikes here. They are still moving when you fly through them. And even after that, this next part literally had to make me check a mechanic in the game I did not know about until this level. If you hold the mouse down while going into a cube portal from this ship game mode, and there's an orb in the portal, you will actually hit the orb frame 1 of becoming a cube. Thankfully, the rest of this part is actually pretty solid, but goddamn man, this part! Nothing a strawberry frosty from Wendy's can't solve. Next up is Laser Blitz's part, where I gotta say, this is actually a solid part for where it's at in the level. It's not easy, but it's also not too hard. There's one ball timing that's a little more difficult than the rest of the part, but overall, I like this part. It's a well-deserved break from the past 3 parts. I sure hope that this next part isn't as bad as the last. Oh my god, this is awful! Galvatron's part is brutally difficult. This tight ship part is really hard to get used to in general, and the clicks after that are even more brutal. I don't like each of these spider clicks, and this ship. Just look at it. This whole part is just a very unfortunate series of events. A massacre, if you will. Just like the Wendy's massacre on May 24, 2000. 2 Wendy's employees forced 7 other workers to go into the freezer and with a loaded firearm shot all 7 of them, killing 5 workers and injuring 2. This would not have happened if the workers simply played Galvatron's digital descent part, as they would have died on the spot. As you can probably tell, I do not like this part. Very bad job, Galvatron. Thumbs down. Next up is Kermal's part, and even though it's not really the best gameplay or decoration-wise, I'll let it slide, because we like you, Kermal. Watch yourself. After Crazy's part, the song comes to a calm as we enter the last 20% of the level. Here is Vlak's part, where it doesn't visually look the best, and it's still pretty hard, but strangely, it fits right in. I actually like it, and I also like these twirling saws that can snipe you if you're not careful. After that is Sir Punj's part, a tense, tight, but also easy UFO part that also fits right in. I hear a lot of people don't like this part, but I am honestly a big fan. Just look at the background in these moving parts like a factory or something. It perfectly fits in with the technology series theme. After Sir Punj is Heinz, and this part is also fine, though can get a little tricky. There's really tight timings here, and there's a triple click here. But fun fact, you can actually use your spacebar here, as you don't need to time these clicks, and can just instead mash. This is what I did when beating this level, as I have a low maximum CPS rate. Very much not cool, big boy bro. Don't do that again, big boy bro. Here we are at the final part of the level. This is a very good part, made by Rustam. Nearly every orb here is a buffer click. A buffer click is when you jump and then click again, holding down the mouse click so that you toggle an orb the very next frame you can. So this part is pretty cool. There's just this one stupid stupid wave that I died to because I really don't know, guys. I just kind of suck at this game. This last triple spike isn't actually a real triple, as when you jump, the triple spikes go down and you beat the level. So as long as you jump, you will make it to the end. This level. Now, would I recommend this level? Is this a good level? I don't know. This level just stresses me out thinking about it. And playing it even. I bought a grilled chicken ranch wrap. And then another.